What up, all? Darp here from Mindless Productions, and this is Fez, my 209% completion guide, or 209.4% I think is what it... I looked it up and now I forgot it again. Damn it. Anyway, this is the 4 cube door. We opened it in the last video. This is a real quick thing. There's only, I think, 4 bits in here, just in different rooms, so yeah, just explore. There's not a whole lot, no puzzles or anything like that. One of the doors, or one of the rooms, will introduce you to black holes. They're exactly like they sound, just a giant black hole. If you jump into it, you restart, just like a death. It's... Wow! That was expert fezzing right there. Fezzing? Is that what we call? Is that what it is? Am I a fezzer for playing this? A fezzing fezzer? I don't know. Anyway. It's only 4 cubes, very, very simple, or 4 bits, I should say, in the 4 cube area. I just got that. So, I'll leave y'all to enjoy it. As always, questions, comments, concerns, feel free to let me know. I'd be happy to help out where needed. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, y'all. What up, all? Darp here from Mindless Productions, and this is Fez, my 200% completion guide. We'll be doing everything. So right in this first room, we have our first code. So the R's and L's refer to the triggers, and putting this in this first room will unlock 2 trophies and your first Anti-Cube. So you get the equal and opposite trophy and the trophy unlocked trophy. Or achievement, if you're playing on Xbox, either way. So, for this guide, we'll be, in this first playthrough, I'm going to be doing 2 playthroughs of the game. The first playthrough gets the first 32 cubes, which is just enough to beat the game. And then on the second playthrough, you get certain abilities that make the game a lot easier. And so we're going to go through and collect everything else at that point. So that way, if you're just looking to beat the game, you can follow this guide only halfway, and boom, beaten, done. But if you're wanting to collect every little bit of everything, follow the guide all the way through, and I'll show you everything. So, here we are in the main village. The house right above yours is going to have our second Anti-Cube and a treasure chest. So rotate the room 180 so that you can walk through the fireplace, and you'll get your first key. And there's also a code to put in this back out in the main room. So if you're wanting to find the code legitimately, it's actually on the paintings behind on the wall. And it's weird. It has them as like these little Tetris blocks looking things, but we later on, actually in this first playthrough, we'll find a room that helps translate everything. I think it's in this playthrough, maybe in the second playthrough. But anyway, since I've already gotten the codes, I'm going to go ahead and put them in, and I'll be showing you codes that you're not supposed to be able to get yet. You're supposed to have to wait till your second playthrough, but because I already have the codes, you can go ahead and enter them, and it'll make the first playthrough a lot faster. Such as in this room. And collecting this map does actually get you a trophy. It gets you the Cryptographer trophy. And the treasure maps will lead to an artifact. One of the 4 artifacts we need to find later on in the game. So in this room you can see the little Tetris blocks all over on the walls. Those translate into a code. Again, it's kind of complex on how they translate. So when we get to the room, I'll kind of explain it a little better. But for now, here it is. There's your code. And that'll get you your Anycube. That's how I'm going to treat a lot of the codes in this game. Just because some of them are so complex and just such a pain to deal with, it's a lot easier to just go ahead and get them on your first playthrough instead of trying to, for me showing you how to legitimately find them, I guess. Legitimate's such a bad word, because it's still legitimate. I already found the codes. I don't know, I hope you guys don't mind. That's how I'm gonna do it. It'll make all of our lives a lot easier. Alright, so in the village there are 8 bits total, and 8 bits make 1 cube. So keep that in mind. And another key, almost forgot about that. So there are 4 bits on the outside of the village, and then there are 4 bits inside. Now, I'm not going to go into every room in the village right now. I'll be doing that a little bit later, but for now, I'll be doing that at the beginning of the second playthrough. But for now, I'm just wanting to get through and finish this first playthrough. So we're gonna go in, just get the cubes we need, and carry on. There's nothing in. There are 2 rooms I miss, I should say. And there's nothing actually in those, so, it's not a big deal that I don't go in them. Alright, so, I don't remember if I mentioned this or not. I'm playing this on the PS4 right now. It is available on pretty much every console, except for Nintendo stuff. So, if you haven't played this game, it came out like 2012 on the 360. It's a phenomenal game. It's a lot of fun, and the puzzles are a lot of fun. Or even just the platforming can be a lot of fun. I definitely recommend you check out the game if you get the chance. If you're a PlayStation Plus member, it's free right now for PS4, and if you download it on the PS4, it's a cross-buy. So you'll get it on all 3 platforms for free. I don't know if you can actually download... I don't know if you can download it for free just on the PS3 or Vita, or if you have to get it on the PS4. I don't know exactly how that works, but it's free for August right now, so go check it out. Alright, so the world map I will be checking a lot because it's very useful in the second playthrough, but for this first one, it's not, you don't really need to worry about it. The cool thing about the map is it'll highlight, oh, there's my expert platforming skills right there. When you've gotten everything in a room, completely done everything, it'll highlight the room node thing on the map, it'll highlight it gold, so you know you've done it. So you can use that to your advantage. That's a hell of a handy tool. And again, I died. Yeah, I'm not very good at platformers. That's why I usually don't do a platformer game, but I just enjoyed this one enough. I really wanted to make a guide for it. So there will be quite a few deaths, and I do apologize. They don't take up a whole lot of time, but I went kind of fast and loose on this guide. I haven't done a guide in a long time, and I do feel really bad about that, but I haven't been able to. And now I finally have the chance, and I wanted to get down and do it, and so that's what this is. It's kind of a rough and tumble guide, almost, but I don't know, it's a playful game, playful guide. There I am, jumping into the abyss. Alright, so that's actually the door we're going to be going in the next video. So, if you want to check that out, I've got new little links at the bottom of these videos. You can go check those out. Otherwise, questions, comments, concerns, let me know down in the comments, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out, guys. What up, all? Darp here from Mindless Productions, continuing Fez, the ultimate completion guide. I don't know what I'm calling it yet. Anyway, we're covering the Broken Arch section. This area is very simple, and here actually in the main Broken Arch, whatever, area, there are 2 bits, a key, and an anti-cube to get. Now, the 2 bits and the key are very simple. You'll get the bits as you're climbing up, and the key is at a chest up on the very top. The anti-cube, however, is very, very weird. There's no codes or anything. In fact, there's no codes at all in this video. In the Broken Arch, it's an arch section. There are no codes. However, there is a very tricky jump we're going to be doing. So, get your bits. If you're following my guide, you should get another cube from that. And there's your key. Alright, and then we've got our last little bit here around the corner. Damn it, these perspectives are weird. Alright, so before we go for that chest way off there in the distance, yeah, we're gonna go get that chest. Just throw this box down on the lever. It'll open up the secret purple door, which we'll be dealing with towards the end of the video. Alright, so make your way back up to the top. And now, normally this will require a map. There's a map that'll show you where 2 invisible platforms are floating in this empty void area. So make sure the treasure chest is facing you, facing forward, and just jump straight out from the top of the tree. And then 1 long jump, spin twice while in the air, and then boom. You're up on the chest, or you're up at the little floating island. So it goes kind of quick. Sorry, I meant to slow that down a little bit, but anyway, there's your anti-cube. Now, here's the tricky part, getting back. So make sure the top of the chest is facing to the right at first, and then get back, just reverse the instructions from before. Boom, done. There you go. So it is actually kind of tricky. Expect to fail a couple times there, but you know, it's not a big deal. Nothing too bad. So we're gonna head off to the next room. This is the towers. I'm calling it the towers room. I don't know what it's actually called, but there are a bunch of towers. In this area, we've got 3 bits, a cube, and a map. So, a lot to collect. And don't be an idiot like me. Don't pass up this door. I saw it and I thought, I'll come back later. No, go ahead and get it. It's a huge pain to get back down, and it'll just save you a lot of time and trouble. But anyway, you can follow my dumbass on the way up here. Cubes are not too tricky to get to. Get this one here, and then just jump straight down to the next one. There you go. Jump on up. We'll get the last one hiding over in that... Oh no, it's over on the backside of this tower. My bad. I was about to tell you the wrong thing. That wouldn't be very good for a guide, would it? When you're turning, make sure you are in front. You're in the frontmost plane. Otherwise you'll fall through the world and die. Alright, just a couple more blocks and we'll be at the top. See, it's not too difficult to climb. Well, at least climbing up. Climbing down's a bit of a pain. Alright, so just reversing the instructions from before. You can make your way down. Be very careful with how far you're dropping. If you're just, you know, 1 pixel too high, you'll fall to your death. I guess that's really what I meant when it's a pain in the ass. Once you know the path, it's okay. It's not too difficult, but just careful when you're dropping down. You will see me die a lot from just dropping from too high up. Alright, so the chest in here will give you your map piece. And this is one of 4 map pieces. Well, there are 9 total map pieces, but there are 4 that we'll use together to get the final artifact in our second playthrough. Just a little heads up there. Alright, so make your way back up to the top, and we're gonna head into that purple door that we opened back in the Broken Arch section. So, I will leave you to enjoy it, and I'll see you when we're headed to that secret passage. Alright, so continuing on, we're back at the Broken Arch, and make your way on up to this little secret door we found. In this door, we've got a couple more things. 2 bits and a full cube to get. So just a nice little bonus. So as you can see, this room's pretty straightforward. Well, I say that, it's not actually very straightforward, is it? Alright, so before dealing with the box, come grab your cube, or your bit. And this took me a few tries, because I'm a terrible fezzer. I'm terrible at fezzing. So you're supposed to jump over, make it. I didn't, but made it on the button, so it still counts. We're good. Carry on. Alright, one final button. So many buttons. And I'll open the final room. Finally. And in here is your full cube and the warp gate to get on back. So that's it for the Broken Arch zone. Completely completed that one. As always, questions, comments, concerns, feel free to let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you all in the next video. So, peace out, y'all. What up all, Darp here from Mindless Productions, continuing Fez, the everything guide, 209.4%, it turns out. Alright, so this video has quite a bit going on. First off, this is your main warp gate room. We'll be visiting this room a lot, and there are just 2 cube bits, so not a whole lot to collect here. Now for this video, damn it, sorry Mike, for this video, this is the first half of the giant waterfall zone. We'll be covering the fountains room, which, well, it's a room with fountains. You'll see it. Then we'll go to the Rosetta Stone room. Or no, we'll go to the Infinite Climb room, which is a bit of a fun one. Then the Rosetta Stone room, and then finish it off with the Security Code room. So if you're looking for any of those, they'll be throughout this video. We'll be getting 1 trophy and a lot of collectibles. So, yeah, we got a busy video. So one of the cool things I really liked about this game is when you're trying to figure out which door to enter, you can actually see in the background the area you're about to go to. So you can see the lighthouse back there, so that door will go to the lighthouse. If we rotate around here, you can see the giant waterfall whale thing. It looks like a whale to me. It's a whale. I'm gonna go with whale. See, it looks like a crying whale. It's kind of sad. Alright, so this is the giant waterfall room, or the area. This is the start of a whole lot of rooms. There's just 1 bit to collect, but then there are 2 codes we're going to enter, and an owl. Now, this is going to be, I think this is the first owl? Or is this the second one? I think it's the first one we've done. And, thing about owls, they only show up at night, so typically you're gonna have to just wait around somewhere until nighttime. That's actually what I'm gonna do here in a minute. Alright, so that code I entered is from this giant purple stone here. Again, we'll find a room that helps explain those stones, but basically each Tetris block represents a button to press. Alright, so that's the first of the secret doors. There's another secret door, but it only opens at dusk. Or it's only available to open at dusk. So you'll have to keep your eye out for that. We're going to go ahead and open up the rest of the area first. Open the door to the mines, which we'll take care of later. So that's a pretty big area. And then one more door. I believe this one goes to... oh, I don't know. I think it goes to the infinite room. Infinite climb room. I don't remember. There it goes. Alright, so we got everything collected, unlocked. Now we just need to wait for nighttime. So when night comes around, you're going to put in this code here. And you can see it written down on the door we're trying to open there. Oh, I guess one thing to mention about the codes. When you see them written down in the game as those little Tetris blocks, you just turn the whole thing 90 degrees. Twist it to the left. And that's how you get your code. But you have to know what each Tetris block means, so we'll deal with... I'll explain it better later. So there's your owl. There are 4 owls in the game. You need to collect them all to get an anti-cube. I think it's an anti-cube. Yeah, it's an anti-cube. And that's a very important thing in our second playthrough, to get 100%. Alright, so I had to do a little bit of planning. This is the fountains room. In here, there's just a map. That's all you have to collect. To get to it, just twist the crank down here. You can raise and lower water. But the thing about these cranks is it lowers the water in the whole area. So back in the giant waterfall room, you'll notice the water levels also dropped. So that's handy. Alright, and this map we'll actually be using at the beginning of our second playthrough, but it's for a room that you have to be able to go into first person for, and you'll be able to do that in your second playthrough. So for now, we don't have to worry about it. Alright, so next up is the infinite climb room. I really like this one. This one was kind of clever. It caught me off guard at first. I didn't realize it was infinite. I kept thinking, oh, why are there so many doors? This is weird. Threw me off. Oh, there we go. New cube. So this room has 2 bits, a cube, and an anti-cube. So just keep climbing down. You'll collect your bits, and you'll see the cube, the full cube down here. There's also a warp gate behind it. When you collect the cube, it activates the warp gate so that you can get back out to the main area. But before you do that, take a close look at the level. You'll notice they look like the Tetris blocks that make up codes, because that's exactly what they are. They're Tetris blocks. So code will pop up here in a minute. We're gonna put in a little code, get us an anti-cube, head on back to the giant waterfall room. Alright, so instead of going to the warp gate, it's a little quicker just to head back out the main door and make your way up on top of the giant whale. He is a giant whale. He's a giant crying whale. And up here in the tree is the Rosetta Stone room. Not necessarily the one we need to translate all the codes, but it's actually a... Oh, what is the language? I think it's a Fezian language or something. I don't know what they call it. But on the little pillar here it just reads the classic line, quick brown fox, or the quick, oh shit, what is it? Something about a fox jumping over a dog. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's on there. Alright, so this will get us a trophy for collecting the writing cube, or the writing artifact, and it will get us the Mightier Than the Sword trophy. And yeah, see, it's the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, or something like that. Something like that. See? And I died. Go me. Alright, so we're heading back out. This will be the final room of the video, is the security code room. And this one is really weird. Alright, so lined up here, these are all letters in the Fezian alphabet. So you have to organize them to spell out a name. So this is the code here. I've got it posted down there for you. Just line them up like that and rotate around twice. When you do, ta-da! You get your red cube. So that's it for this video. As always, questions, comments, concerns, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I will see y'all in the next video. So, peace out, y'all. What up, all? Darp here from Mindless Productions, continuing Fez, the Complete Everything Ever guide. Alright, so we're finishing up the giant waterfall, and all we have left are 2 rooms. The mines, which we're dealing with here. Wow, expert jumping on that matter. And, so we're doing the mines and the music room. So the mines have quite a bit in them. Quite extensive mines. We've got 4 bits, a full cube, and a key to get. So, yeah, that's quite a bit. One thing I really liked about these mines are these explosives. You have to, you know, obviously you have to blow up the little bits like that. Really simple, but in the next room, you actually have to follow the explosion to keep it going. It's kind of cool. I like it. Alright, so before you leave a room, make sure you collect everything. And yeah, this is the room I was talking about. And it's not difficult. I mean, it's really easy. Just drop the bomb and watch the explosion. Just watch it happen. Rotate when it hits the corners. It's that easy. So in this case, it gave us a bit. In this next one, it will give us everything, pretty much. See that right there? It's called professionalism. God, see, now you see why I don't do platformers very often. I'm not very good at them. So, just follow the explosion around. Fun, fun, fun. Cool. So, I actually made a mistake and left a bit down below. I'll go back and get it here in a minute, but, you know, it's smart to make sure you have everything before climbing. Because then you have to climb back down. That can be a pain in the ass. So, there's our full cube, and checked my map real quick. We have to go back down. Like I said, the map is a very handy tool. It'll tell you, I know I explained this a little bit before, but for those of you who didn't watch that video, the map will highlight whichever rooms you've finished up entirely. So if you've collected everything in a room, it will highlight it gold. so you know you're done. Very, very useful. Don't ask why I climbed back up. I thought, oh yeah, there's a bomb up there. I'll just grab that one. God, man, I am terrible at this. Right, round 2, here we go. So there's that. We'll go in that in just a minute, but first make sure you get this bit I forgot. It's actually, now that I look at it, it is pretty easy to miss it. Fucking brilliant on my part right there. Alright, so set the bomb down. Don't throw. Alright, so we'll get our key here in this room. This room is actually a lot simpler than it seems. All you have to do is line up the ladders. And of course, you know, blow stuff up. So to make it across, you just have to jump and throw it. But that'll clear up that middle area so we can climb on up. So this is a cool little perspective puzzle. So you climb up to this middle section, and then rotate, and you can still keep climbing. I like that. I thought that was very clever of them, of the developers. That was cool. Alright, so there's your key, and that's actually it for the mines. We're done with the mines now. We're gonna make our way back out, and I will join back up with you when we hit the music room. So, see you in a minute. Alright, so if you didn't watch my last video, we put in a code to open up a secret door back here. So go check that out if you don't have this open yet. If you do, head on inside. And this is the music room. The blocks will appear to the beat of the music. Really cool little room with a very catchy soundtrack. So just make your way on up. It can be kind of tricky to tell where you need to be. But once you jump up on this main pillar platform area, don't forget to head into this door. This is a tuning fork room. I think this is the first one we've been to so far. So I'll kind of explain how it goes. If you're playing on a controller, you'll feel the vibration on each side of the controller translates into a code. So this is the code for this one. You get an Anycube for it. So there are actually 2 total Anycubes in this music area. That was the first one, and at the top of the room is the final one. Like an idiot, I jumped the wrong way. So, anyway. Now in this room, really the only tip I can give you is if you're getting lost, just stand where you are and kind of rotate around. See if there are any blocks you can jump to in your immediate area. And also, take note on when these blocks will disappear. You'll see they flash twice and then disappear on the 3rd flash. Keep that in mind, because in order to leave the room, you'll have to deal with that. You'll see what I mean here in a minute. A little too early there, and died. Alright, so I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of this. As always, questions, comments, concerns, feel free to let me know. I know these videos are a bit long, but this is just the best way of grouping all the rooms. So I do apologize for the length and for having to talk for so long. But anyway, questions, comments, concerns, let me know down below. Otherwise, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out, y'all. What up all, Darp here from Islands Productions, and this is Fez, the 209.4% walkthrough, the do everything, be everything walkthrough. Alright, we're going to the 8-cube door here in the Waterfall Hub. Open it up and head inside, and it's this cool little thing. Cool little, like, village-esque, shady nightclub style kind of thing. I like it. I think it's a cool little place. So there's not too much in here, but there is one Anycube, that's the important thing, and 2 bits. And actually the Anycube is in a room that will teach you how to deal with the Tetris codes that we've been dealing with so far. I promised you we would find the room, and here it is. Well, not this one. This is a shower. There are other kind of problem solving going on in showers. No, we are going to head around here. This is a boiler room. We'll find it eventually. I probably should have watched this video first so I didn't look like a jackass trying to explain to you how this works. Third time's a charm, let's see... And yes, it is. That is a true proverb. Alright, so this room shows you how to translate all of the Tetris puzzles. So you can see there, rotate it 90 degrees. That's how you figure out, you know, exactly which piece is which. And there's another room where a giant stone tablet will light up when you're pressing buttons, and it'll tell you which button equals what Tetris block. So while you're in here, put in this code. It's the code that it tells you to put in, basically. And that's how you get your Anycube. All that's left are 2 bits, which you can find hiding in this place, this thing. Whatever this is, there's a thing here. So, just keep searching all the doors, make sure you check them all. Otherwise, we're done. That's it. So, as always, questions, comments, concerns, feel free to let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I will leave you to enjoy the rest of this, whatever this is. Okay, peace out, y'all. What up, all? Darp here from Mindless Productions, continuing Fez, the fezziest Fez guide you could possibly fez. We're fezzing it up here. This is the big tree. So, yeah. In the big tree, we have 2 Anycubes to get, and an owl to talk to. This game is weird. So, make your way up Groot's backside here. I can find my way, good lord. Alright. And I fell. I am a dumbass, my friends. I am a dumbass. Okay, so now we're getting to the meaty stuff here. Full minute into the video. This is the main area we're going to be at. The cabin there will lead us to the... God damn, I fell again. That cabin will lead us to the graveyard zone, which we'll deal with in the next video. But first, go stand over by this pillar. Oh look, and there's our owl. Oh yeah, I remember what happens next. So there's our owl friend. You have to climb up to the cabin up here to get to the owl. Something I had a lot of trouble doing. So here we go. Finally gonna make it. Boom. Perfect. Let's go talk to this owl. The motherfucker just flew away. So that happened. So I just set the controller down for a good 10 minutes and waited for the owl to come back. I mean, what else could you do? I finally made it up here. I'm not about to jump down. So there we go. That's our second owl. Halfway done with the owls. Come back over to this little obelisk. Put in this code here. And we'll get an Anycube. And I almost killed myself putting in the code. God, I used to think I was good at video games, especially platformers. I mean, shit, I used to be good at platformers. Alright, anyway, we're gonna make our way up to the very, very tip top of the tree. Bouncing all the mushrooms. It's a bit of a long process. Ooh, see, that was some tricky fezzing right there. Saved myself. Alright, finally up at the top. We'll head on in. This is actually a connecting room to a whole new area we'll be dealing with in our second playthrough. So, first things first, right here, there's a pillar. Put in this code and get your Anycube. And you may notice up there at the very top, kind of in the left-hand corner, there is a treasure chest. I forget to grab this while I'm here, because clearly I know what I'm doing. I even act like I'm climbing up to it, but instead just kind of ignore it. Anyway. Yep, don't go in this door yet. Or I guess you can. I'm not going to be going into this area quite yet. Yep, turn on back around there. So yeah, I didn't grab the chest. Actually, now that I look at it, I may not be able to grab the chest. Just thinking about that. I might not be able to till later. Anyway, it throws me off in the second playthrough when we come back to this place. So now you just need to make your way down, which is a lot more difficult than it sounds. You have to slowly make your way down and try not to get caught on... God, I get frustrated at myself just watching this shit. Boom, that was some trickiness. Here we go, ready? Look at that. Already an expert fezzer, right? Something like that. Alright, so that death was not on me. That one was, though. There's a distinction. Anyway, I don't know why I'm still here. We're done with the area. Just sitting here watching myself be a dumbass. Anyway, questions, comments, concerns, feel free to let me know. As always, down in the comments. It'd be awesome of you. So there's a little bit more here, but it's not challenging. So I'll leave you to enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, y'all. What up, all? Darp here from Mindless Productions, continuing Fez, the complete everything ever guide. So, we are headed to the bell tower zone this time around. And, we got a lot to do. There's a lot to collect. So the very first thing we're going to do is not make the mistake I've been making so far. We're going to go ahead and go into this little, purple door here. This leads us to the corruption room, which looks really freaking cool. And at the top of this room is an anti-cube, the whole purpose of it. The room itself is... I mean, there's nothing tricky about it. It's not like there's moving platforms or anything like that. It's just kind of hard to see, is it? So, make your way through it carefully. If you don't see anything, if you don't see anywhere to jump immediately, just rotate, and there's probably something hiding there you just couldn't see. So it's, I mean, there's not much to say about this one. I'll leave you to enjoy it. I will be back in a little bit to help out with the rest of the bell tower area. So, see you in a minute. Alright, so we survived the corruption room. Back here at the main warp gate, make your way back over to the bell tower area. And now we're going to do everything in this room, which this main bell tower room has 2 bits and an anti-cube that requires a bit of puzzling to get. So I go in this room. You can honestly just ignore it for now. There's nothing we can do in it. I went ahead and went in. On the back side of this little island is a door that only opens with 64 cubes. So we'll come back to this room once we've got everything at the very end of the guide. So, we'll just make our way on up. This is just like all the other areas, honestly. Nothing too complicated. Unless you suck at the game. If you suck at the game, this is a very tricky area. Just saying. It is. See? There's gaps. There's turning. It's complicated. Was for me. Alright, so we're already at 17 cubes. 6 videos in. We're over halfway done with our first playthrough. Alright, so here at the bell tower is a bit of a puzzle. The symbols on each of the sides of this bell are actually numbers. You just have to ring the bell however many times it tells you to. So start on this side with the little U shape. And ring it once. My cool little graphics. I was very proud of those. The equal sign is 6, clearly. Over here, 3. And then finally, an annoying number 10 times. There it goes. So at least for the trouble, we get an anti-cube. And yeah, that's about it. This area is pretty much done. So now we're heading on to the rest of the rooms, I guess. I don't think there's really names for them, but Alright, so, there's this room. This room is very, very tricky. And it's difficult to explain. So, in this game, just because you're rotating and it can only move on a 2D plane, it's still technically a 3D game. So, while it looks like there are only 3 glowing spots, there's actually 9 total glowing spots here. And it's all about arranging these blocks so that when you stack, because one block has to be on top of another, but only one, and when you stack them it has to make the different shapes on each side here. So you saw I was on the back side of the area, pushed the one block over, just once to the right. You can see me spinning it, making sure I've got it in the right spot. God, this is a difficult puzzle. This took me a while to figure out. I had to draw maps. I've got diagrams sitting here on my desk. This one took me quite a while. That was a terrible throw. Alright, so with the reverse L-ish shape, it's where you want to put the block in the middle. And kind of get an idea where all the blocks are. So after a while of this, oh, and once you put a block up on here, try not to rotate, because it may knock it out of place. I say up on here. I'm pointing at the screen. I'm hoping you can see that. No, up on this little top level. Don't rotate. So when it's done, it's done. There you go, Anycube. That one actually took me probably over an hour, just sitting here trying to fiddle with it. And I have diagrams. I made diagrams. I've never had to make a diagram for a game. I have... God, that puzzle affected me. That was not cool. Alright, so the rest of this is, in comparison, simple. So I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of the bell tower, or at least the first part of the bell tower, and I will see you in part 2. So, peace out, y'all. What up all, it's Arp here from Mindless Productions, continuing Fez, the complete and do everything guide. Alright, so, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but in all of these extra rooms here in the bell tower area, there are a total of 11 bits. There's one Anycube, and then there's one in the Tetris, I call it a Tetris room, that one confusing room we dealt with last video. So there's one Anycube left to get. And then there's a key and a full cube in all of these rooms combined. So, that's everything. It's what you should have when you're finished here. And really, these rooms are not very tricky. They're mainly just a lot of climbing around, jumping around. So, I'm actually going to leave you to enjoy basically the entire video. I will come back towards the end. There's one small puzzle. It's not very difficult, but... you know, I'll come by just to say hello. So I'll see y'all then. Peace out. Alrighty, and I'm back. So, heading into this door here, we'll run into a new little puzzle. A very, very easy puzzle. If you notice on the big cube in the middle, there's a line. There's two lines that go into the little middle area. All you have to do is line up the lines on the small cubes with the lines on the big cube. Like so. It's that easy. That's literally all there is. So that's all I'm going to be doing. That's pretty much it. And this will mark the end of the bell tower zone. So, as always, questions, comments, concerns. I skipped a lot in this video. If you have questions or comments about any of it, please feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I will see y'all in the next video. So, peace out, y'all. What a ball, Darb here from Mindless Productions, continuing Fez. This is Fez, continuing this Fez. This is the do it all, be it all, everything guide. And this is our second playthrough. So, if you'll remember, very first video of this guide, I forgot to search a couple rooms. I mentioned it. See there, I got 2 rooms I need to go deal with. There's nothing in the rooms, it's not a big deal. It's not like I've screwed you over or anything, but you know, I'm a perfectionist. Not really, but you know, it just bothered me. The rooms were empty, or the map spot of the rooms were empty. Yeah, that makes sense. So I'm gonna be doing that here real quick. Just takes a couple minutes, not a big deal. The big issue, or the big point of this video is the Black Monolith room, which is an interesting puzzle that you can only do in your second playthrough, because you need these sunglasses that you've just received. These sunglasses let you enter first-person mode, which is actually really cool for this kind of game. So, done with the village, let's head on, drop down to the waterfall hub. Try not to die on the way. It's clearly a problem I have in this game. Alright, and so here, you think, oh, we gotta climb up this tower. Nope, it's our second playthrough. We can fly. We can fly. That's why I kind of did a minimalist thing first time around, because now we can fly. We can fly. I don't know how many more times I have to say it, but, you know, that's what we do. If you don't know, to fly, just press up 4 times, and then jump. And boom, you have liftoff. Alright, so the Black Monolith room is this little purple door down here. We actually visited it first time around, but couldn't do anything. Doesn't look like much, but if you go into first person, you'll notice this weird thing on the ground. First thing you gotta do is step in the empty square here. Haven't really shown it off yet, I will here in just a second. But you can see there's, it's just a square, empty little square. And there's a little line in the other side of the symbol. So make sure you're in the empty one first. And then we're gonna put in this code. Real quick, simple, easy little code. And this giant black monolith, hence the name of the room, is going to pop up in the middle. So we just need to line ourselves up with this other square. And see, this is the cool thing about these glasses. I mean, sitting here like, oh, it's a 2D game, but you're actually in a 3D world, and it's pretty cool. And thinking about it, there was a puzzle I did in the first playthrough that would have been a lot easier with these glasses. So, yeah, anyway. That's your red cube. There's nothing special about them except that you need them to collect everything. So that's it for this video. As always, questions, comments, concerns, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. So, peace out, guys.